What's good, people? What's good? It's your boy, Big Dre 357, back again with another video. Yeah. What's good with you? I see you out there, Carvin, Shannon, Wiggins, Kurt 24. I see you. Walt E. What's happening? What's happening? Silverback. What's happening? I see y'all out there. Yeah, man. Yeah, that hat fire, ain't it? You like that, don't you? You like that hat right there, don't you? Yeah. Yeah. If y'all see, I got a Cash App pinned at the top of the chat. If you want one of these hats, they're gonna be expensive because these are custom hats. This is a real shell in this hat. This is a 308 shell, hand set. So these hats running like $45 a piece. So if you want one, I pinned the Cash App at the top. Get me on the Cash App with your name, full name, and then a way to reach back out to you, like an email or something, and we'll get your order. We'll do an order. I'm gonna do one large order for these hats if y'all want one. Yes, sir. Bangers and bullets in the building. What's up? What's up? Yeah, man. But yeah, man, it's gonna be a fun night, man. We're giving away an optic. We're gonna give away an optic. I was sent some, and somebody's gonna get one. I'm gonna let one of y'all get one. Yep. You can't have an oven. I'm keeping the oven. Matter of fact, I'm already put it on the gun. I ain't gonna show y'all because I want us to be able to have this live tonight, but it's already on the gun. What's up, Whiteside? What's happening? Yes, sir. Tennessee got us in the building. I see you. Yeah. We're gonna have some fun tonight, y'all. Yeah, y'all know how I do. I like to catch folks slipping sometimes. Yeah. I already got the wheel loaded up. I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm gonna put in the chat exactly how you need to type it to get into this contest. All right. All you gotta do is type this in the chat. I just put it out there. All you gotta do is type that in the chat, and you will be blessed with a chance to win one of these optics. Nightbot in the building. Nightbot has entered the building. Yes, sir. I see y'all. Y'all getting on it. Warren Fowler, you out here? Nate Dogg in the building. Nathan White, I see you. Yeah, man. Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me check something right quick. Bang! What y'all know about that?
No, you got me. That's a traitor. What's up, guys?
Yeah.
How you doing, Dre?
I'm good, brother. This is Bob from Gideon Optics.
Hi. I see Kurt 24 out there.
Matching church today. Yeah. Yeah, it's a little bit snug, but I got it on. I needed a 5X, but 4X worked. I got it on.
4X as high as they went, man. I'm gonna have to find somebody new everywhere I go. I probably used 3 different T-shirt guys in the last couple of years, right? I've been doing this with Jordan, and everybody stops at 4X. Almost everybody. I got to come back around them and get some 5s and 6s. I got a couple other boys that want 5s and 6s.
Yeah,
I hear you.
If you get them Gildans will get you them 5Xs.
Will they?
Yeah.
I think I'm a no guy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna write that down. I always got homework, man. Anytime I come on any show, I end up with a bunch of homework, man. I get a whole couple sheets of this notebook scribbled up and write them down and hang them next to the computer, and then.
Fat guy with guns. I see you out there, bro. I see you. I'm not from this planet. I see you, Coy. Y'all put 357 fam, all one word, all caps in the chat, so y'all can get entered in for this giveaway. You didn't even know we were doing a giveaway tonight, did you, Bob?
No, I didn't. Not until I seen the card, man. I went to look and make sure I was subscribed. It's a good chance to, hey, I'm sure everybody out there is, but make sure you're subscribed if you're not, man. When I do stuff like this, it's a good chance to go check. I looked you up, made sure, and I seen that. Oh, it said he giving something away. I ain't got nothing in this half-built room I'm sitting in, so I hope he got it to give away.
Yeah, man, I got the optic. It's right here. I'm looking at it. It's right here. Yeah, and man, look here, Rodney Brady. What's good with you, squad? This what is this one? The Alpha. That's the one I ended up keeping.
Which one?
The Alpha.
The Alpha.
Yeah, that's the one I ended up keeping.
Alpha and the Rock are kind of competing right now for superiority, man.
But see, the reason I kept the Alpha is because for some reason my eyes have a switch. So for the longest, red dots look like dandelions to me because I have astigmatism.
Right.
So I can only see green. Now I can't see the green dots. I can see the red ones.
You know what? I'm wondering if something happened to me too, man. Because I didn't make it back out, right? But I'm trying to get back into USPSA or something like that. And up here in the north, the season just ended, right? So I missed out. But I was starting to do my dry fire practice, right, and hit the range a little more, like I should be, like we should all be out there practicing.
Right.
And my eyes still see the green the best, but the more I use it, the more I felt like that's all I was seeing, if that makes sense. So I switched back to a red. You know what I mean? Like I bring that up, and man, is that green there? And like as I actually started using it right and trying to float around, I felt my brain focusing too much on it. So I think I'm going back to the red, man, because I see the red fine, and the red, not that it blends in, but it's almost like, I don't know if that makes sense or not, man. The green takes my focus a little bit, I think. I still love the green, and I've been using green for years, but I might be swinging back to red too, man.
This dude said it's called OLD. Boy, I tell you what.
I'm old. I take that.
This dude here.
Wiggin Sue.
Yeah. This guy. But like, if I look at the green dot, like the green reticle in this rock optic, it's like 3 of them stacked on top of each other.
No way.
But if I look at it's the same reticle in the other one, but it's fine. It's crystal clear.
Wow, that's something, man. Yeah, that's why the red and the green both exist, man. You're running into people that say the red just looks like a blur to them. Like for some reason, the way it reflects off the glass, they can't see it at all, and vice versa. There's people that say that I can't see that green for nothing. I don't know how you guys use it. It's very subjective. It's what the rods and the cones and stuff in your eyes, whatever it picks up. Yep.
Right, and that's true. This is the rock right here. This is the one we're giving away right here, y'all. It's the rock. It's the. It kind of looks like something else, but it's got some little sexy designs cut out on the side of it. I like this one. I like it a lot. I just can't see that doggone red.
And the integrated rear sight, man. We might do that on some more. We got some other plans for maybe some other enclosed emitter pistol dots heading into 2024. And I'm pushing to get more of that integrated rear sight in there, man. Not that I still have the tall rear sight on the back, but I don't know why. I just like it. I feel like the shape of it almost kind of draws your eye in a little bit. If
it does, it actually does, because it's shaped kind of like a wedge.
Yep.
Yeah, it's shaped like a wedge, so it does actually draw your eyes into that pretty easy. And I like that. And I wanted to keep this one, but I just can't. But the particular gun that I put the Alpha on, because of the curves of that gun, it actually looks good on there. It looks really good on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that video will be dropping real soon. I ain't gonna tell y'all what it is though, but it'll be dropping real soon.
Hey, Kurt 24. I think I almost shouted Kurt out for it. Kurt 24. What's that, man? Kurt 24 is everywhere. That's my man. I know. I seen Shannon Ewing.
Yeah,
I seen Jason rolling up there too, man. I see those guys all around, man. Appreciate y'all stopping in. Prism's good, man. The prism is about to drop, man. I'm gonna get you a prism before Thanksgiving. Kurt 24. The 1X prism should be out in red and green.
Okay.
With our own reticle. The what's after that? Why you got me talking about the LPVOs, right? So the first 2 LPVOs we're bringing out, those should be by Christmas. I'm hoping a little bit before, so you can have it under your tree if you want to. Going to be a 1 to 8X is going to be our first LPVO, and it's going to come in first and second focal plane.
Oh, nice.
And if y'all don't know, I really didn't know. I know I've had first and second focal planes, but I don't have enough experience with magnified scopes, right? I never did a ton of hunting or long range shooting. But there's some differences that I didn't know about. But when those drop or before they do, well, my man Mike, Gideon Optics Mike, drop a video tell you all about that first focal plane, second focal plane. The big difference that I didn't know, right? And I know I've had one of each in the past, but they weren't the same model. Is one of them, the reticle is static no matter what your magnification is. Did you know this already?
Big yeah, one static.
I bet you did.
When you, on the other one, when you zoom in the reticle, it zooms too.
Yeah, man. Until we started making these and I was looking at them side by side, I had no idea. I didn't know that was the big difference, right? I had always heard back when I was shopping for scopes before we started doing this that I wanted a first focal plane allegedly, right? There's always seemed to be the ones that were more expensive.
Right.
So I think a lot of people just assume that's what's better. Yeah, but it's
just because it's more expensive don't mean it's better.
No, man, it's what you want, right? Whether you want that reticle zooming in when you do it, or want that reticle to be static and just your target to increase size, man. So yeah, it's pretty interesting.
So this guy said he made an optic for himself and has an invisible dot. Well, we don't want him working for Gideon.
Well, they get almost invisible, man. You'd be surprised every now and then still, right? Because where we're competing at, right, or where we entered the industry, we're getting a lot of people that have never had a red dot, right? Because maybe they didn't investigate a whole lot about them, or they don't know anybody they can trust that isn't charging $450 for a red dot, right? So we got a lot of first timers that are coming in, and they'll turn it down to the night vision settings, right? So you knew about it, right? We got 10 brightnesses and all the pistol dots, and the mediator too. You can debate whether that's a pistol dot or a rifle dot. I have mine on an AR-15.
Right.
You go down, right? The top 8 brightness settings are all for regular use, right? And then the bottom 2 are night vision. So when you click that one down, that dot is almost gone, right? That setting, I'll call it 9, even though it's more like 2. So you go from 10 all the way down to 3. When you hit 2, it's almost gone. And when you hit 1, it's gone.
Okay.
And you'd be surprised. More often than I thought, somebody emailed me like, hey, man, I turned my brightness down and I must have shut it off and I can't get it turned back on because I keep hitting up again, down again, up again, down again. The dot won't come back. I'm like, well, hit up twice, right? Because they're stuck down that night vision. They're going between the one you can't see at all with the naked eye and the one you can barely see, and they think it's broke. I'm like, hit up twice. They're like, oh, there it is, and now they're back. And so you're not wrong. Maybe he just designed the ultimate night vision because the dot's always invisible.
The question that I get a lot about y'all's optics are how durable are they?
Yeah.
So the answer to that question is going to be go to Gideon Optics YouTube page and watch the video that Bob did beating the crap out of one of their optics.
Yeah,
that poor optic, it had one little piece of glass in it, and it was still had a red dot showing, and he was still shooting with it. The whole housing was caved in. It looked like it had been in a train wreck.
Yeah, and I gotta start this week doing the rock too. I know the rock's gonna survive a little bit better. I might have to drop it a few extra times. Actually, end up making either of those other ones fail, man. But what that does besides show you, right, what you can do to it. Both of them survive pretty much just fine from a 3-foot drop directly on a concrete. Nobody's going to do, man. What most people are going to do, right? You've seen it. Y'all go watch it. You'll see it. Is throwing it, right? Maybe not throw it, but I've seen guys, right? You've competed too. I've seen guys running so hard that they wipe out and the gun goes this way. Hopefully they don't let it go, but it hits the dirt and it slides, man. They're definitely going to take all of that. You really got to try. You've got to intentionally do it the right way. Get that thing to break. And like what you said, the other thing I like about doing those videos, right, or the first couple anyway, is a question we get consistently on whether that's polycarbonate or whether it's multi-coated glass in there. And once that glass starts shattering, you can see there's several different layers. You can also see how strong that epoxy is, right? That adhesive that we're using to seal that glass into the window. Because I was surprised about that. I expected once that glass broke that it was going to be a free-for-all, right? That it was just going to be gone. I could not believe I drop it once and here's this, it's shattered up here, and I drop it again and here's a piece comes out here, but the rest of this still stayed in place. Yeah, man. And that one, I just had a sliver right here where the dot is. Yeah. And I could still use it. I was absolutely blown away, man. I did not expect
that optic, Bob. that was a for real test. That's somebody like you went out there not knowing how much abuse it could take, and you kind of surprised yourself.
Yeah, and I never know. And that first one, when I did that Omega, man, that was like nails on a chalkboard. But I mean, I guess I know how much stuff costs, right? And I'm not rich, right? Everything costs money. And like the first couple times I dropped that, it was like, it hurt my heart.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Like I would never do this to anything that I own. Thank goodness this is for science, this is for the company, man. But when I dropped it, I didn't know what to expect. And it just hurt me, man. It gave me like chills. Like I dropped it and I was like, I cannot believe I just did that. And then there's glass laying everywhere, that first one. I don't know if hopefully you couldn't tell in the video, but I was a little upset, man. I drove away from the range that day, like still a little bit shook. Like, I can't believe I just did that. I can't believe I just smashed glass and aluminum to pieces.
So why don't you tell them like where you came from, like your background? Because I met you at the gathering a couple of years ago, and you were under a different name at that time.
Well, how far back? Well, we're still all under the same umbrella, right? Jordan Vinro still owns all the companies, and I still do a little bit for. So I'm JSD Supply, or I have been for the last 3 years, right? We won't go into before that, right? Before that, I was in cell phones, and actually Jordan was in cell phones for some years, and that's how I met him. I forget if it's 10 or 12. Well, you know what, man? People of a certain age have a higher probability, I think, of having been in cell phones, right?
Yeah.
Like when they went from there was just like Bell, and then it was before Bell, right? Before Verizon, there was Bell, there was AT&T. There's only like a few of them. And then all of a sudden, there was color screen phones and internet on your phone. That's how old I am. I don't know if you're that old, but internet on your phone, and man, people just buying phones left and right, man.
My first cell phone was one of them calculator flip phones, the ones that had the little flip on the bottom and the button that glowed red.
Yeah.
Like calculator numbers on the screen. It was a cellular one.
I don't have one of them anymore, man. I had what was that first Motorola called? I want to call it a MicroTac. Was one of the first ones I sold. But I was right after bag phones ended. I probably know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, it was around that
the bottom half flipped down.
Yep.
And anyway, I was in cell phones for years, but was also into guns, right? And knew that Jordan was too back when we were in cell phones. And then he left the phone business and I stayed in it for a while. And then about 3 years ago, the cell phone business decided it was done with me. And that was right before COVID and all that started happening. And I just reached out to Jordan because I hadn't talked to him in a while. He was like, hey, we busy, man. We need help. But I still am, right, with JSD Supply. Who distributes Patmos Arms is our manufacturing division, right? Patmos slides, lower parts kits, all that kind of stuff. We do parts kits for 3D printed guns. Gideon Optics, we just started this year. Well, Jordan thought it up 2 years ago, and I should have prefaced this by saying, when I say we, I mean Jordan, right? He's the brains, right? He's the one that got all the ideas and analyzes the industry and figures all this stuff out, man. But we still are JSD Supply, Gideon Optics, and soon to be in about 10 weeks, PR Triggers. Yet little /PR. It's not because I'm public relations. The pull release trigger for the Glock is finally ready and approved.
Is that the one that we got to shoot a couple years ago?
Yeah, that's the one you're talking about. That first gathering we was at, man.
Yeah.
Or second gathering. The first one, it was cold and rainy. I remember the first one. The second one that me and Bailey brought the PR trigger out to. Yeah, it's finally.
That was the first one for me.
Well, I think that was the second one ever. That was a new facility. That was a way better facility than the first one, man. The first one was good, but it's kind of rough.
Appreciate you. I'm not from this planet.
Whew.
Yeah, the gathering, that's one of those events, man, where you can definitely network and meet some cool people. And me and Hank walked up on you, me and Hank Strange, and me and him and Lola and Queen was hanging out, and we walked up on you. And I could tell by y'all's conversation, you and Hank had some type of a relationship. So I was like,
Jordan's known Hank for years, man. I haven't got to spend a ton of time with Hank, but I guess Hank and Jordan go. I don't know how far back, but further back than me and Hank, man.
I've known Hank for a while too.
Yeah, I had interacted with him and Lola and seen him enough things to kind of I love them to death, man. Anywhere I'm at that I see them, kind of brightens my day. Lola's the best.
Yeah, they're good people. So this trigger, how long is this trigger gonna be before it come out?
10 weeks.
10 weeks.
I don't want to promise you Christmas for that one, man. So the design is already done. Right, give you the backstory. The design been done, right? Since the gathering. Like we had it. we had it, and we started producing some of the parts, and then some things started going on court wise, right? And not necessarily exact same product as ours. You know what we're talking about? Can we say that?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't want to talk about some triggers. People allegedly started getting visits to their house, man, right? And some people have bought it off a gun broker. ATF showing up at their house to collect stuff. We said, you know what? If we're going to do anything with triggers, we're going to wait, right? We already had it in process. We already had our samples submitted to the FAT-D, to the tech department. We just stopped, just froze, said we're going to wait because we don't want to, more than anything, right? I mean, we in business and we love everyone and we want to make cool things, but we do not want to be the reason that anyone has to worry they're going to get a knock on their door.
Right.
So we just kind of froze it right there. So you know what? We know everything's set. We'll be ready to go when it's time again, man. And just about a month ago, we finally got our letter. It says this is definitely a semi-automatic trigger and not a machine gun.
Yeah, I can vouch for that.
And we had to turn the key. And I got, how many parts are in there? 11. We had 9 of them already ready to go. We could run a couple thousand off. But when we said we're going to wait for that letter, we stopped producing the rest of it. Right, we quit dumping resources into that so we could focus on Gideon Optics while we was waiting for that letter.
Gotcha.
So yeah, man, the 10 weeks is just the time to get enough produced of those last 2 parts to fire it up, man. Yeah, it's ready to go.
Yeah, there's another one that's popped up since then.
Yeah, I know. We was ready before that, man. We saw them come out like, damn, but that's fine, man. It'll probably be fine. Look, I don't want anybody that has a different type of pull and release trigger for the Glock platform to get scared. Nothing's probably going to happen, but we just weren't comfortable taking that risk at all, right? We're 99% sure that it was fine and what the ATF was going to say, nobody was going to be at any risk. We decided to wait for that 1%. So you're probably fine, but yeah, there's another one out there. I know ours is better.
Yeah, I was at another event that I go to every year, and me and you spoke about it not too long ago, and they were there, and I was like, I was at the gathering a couple years ago, and I shot this trigger. He's like, no, it wasn't this trigger. I was like, well, it wasn't this trigger, but it's pretty, yeah, it's just a different name.
It's close, man. It's close, but it's not mechanically. It's not the same either, which is nice to see. Right? We didn't know what they were making, but when that other one came out, we took a look at it and we said, "Yeah, that's cool and all, but we like ours better." And ours has got an extra little. Never mind. Ours is different. I'll say that, and I like our design better. For a couple
if
reasons.
y'all go to their website, if you go to Gideon Optics website, and y'all want to purchase something. You use 357 fam, the same way you just typed it in this chat. What they get back?
They get 10% off.
Yes, sir.
And they get to support your efforts. Yeah.
Yes.
So do it.
You support us. You support them. You get what you want. Everybody happy.
Yeah, that's what we try to do, man. With guys like you, right? People we really love, people out here doing it, right? People that are here for the right reasons, spreading the message. Yeah. So help me out. Help yourself out, right, with a discount and help the 357 fam. Yeah, man, 357 fam is your code at Gideon Optics.
And I've got a link. I got a link in the description of the video. You can use that link and go there. But that code 357 fam will get you that 10% off.
A lot of people say, I'm still not sure. A lot of people are weird about or say that YouTube is weird when you put links in descriptions, even if it isn't guns, right? And you can't buy any guns at Gideon Optics website, right? It's just optics. Right. But some people say that YouTube gets can be weird.
Yeah, they can be weird about links sometimes. I mean, like I said, y'all can go straight to their website and still use the code, or you can use the link that I have in the description. I don't care. YouTube is not my bill. They don't pay my bills. No. So I don't care if they get mad. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? They mess with me all the time. I got a video. The next video I got coming up, which I talk about the optics in that video too. But it is the actual optic video, but they want to demonetize all my videos, no matter what it is. Even if I don't show a gun, I still have to fight with them. I could be talking about shoelaces and a pair of Jordans, and they'll still demonetize the video, and I'll have to fight with them. It's weird.
I think they pick us out, man. They choose who to hassle. Absolutely. No, I don't think it's random.
With the optics, so y'all got what, 4 optics out now?
Well, it should be 5, right?
The 5.
The Judge, the Alpha, the Omega, the Rock, and the Mediator. Right?
The Alpha. Okay.
Yeah, that's 5.
And you're gonna have 2 LPVOs. You're gonna have a prism optic.
Right. 1X prism. That'll be the next one. 4 maybe 5 weeks. Okay. And about a month or so after that will be the 2 LPVOs. They should come out at the same time. They're done.
Is there going to be a higher magnified power prism coming in the future?
Yeah, we'll see how the 1X does, man. We at JSD Supply, we stock some 3Xs and 5Xs and some other guys, and they really don't move all that well. Okay. We'd like to do at least a 3X, but we're kind of going to look at that like we've looked at everything else, right? So we're going to get a production sample made and say, do we like the weight of this? What's the cost, right? Because the cost goes up from 1X to 3X.
Right.
And we'll decide then. So it's definitely, I want to call it on the roadmap, but I couldn't put a timeline on it or when it is. And the LPVOs really seem to be taking the lion's share of that low magnification, if that makes sense. Like I said, that's one little microcosm, I guess I'm looking at, right? But we JSD Supply moves a lot of stuff, right? So to see the 3Xs and 5Xs kind of lag behind the 1X prisms, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I use a lot of
LPVOs.
Yeah, I just don't know if there's a huge demand there, man.
So the LPVOs, are they going to come with a mount, or will you have to get that separately?
Yeah, we're going to make our own mount. It'll work with other stuff too, but it'll come with our own mount that we designed. I mean, it'll probably look like, right, mounts are mounts, I guess, when we're talking about things that hold scope tubes, right? But it's going to be kind of unique to us. It's not just going to be an off-the-rack plain Jane thing. Okay. Yeah, we're going to include the mount. Do other people not include the mount?
Huh?
Do other people not include the mount? Do other companies don't include it? I haven't really paid attention.
Primary arms doesn't include mounts.
That's terrible.
Yeah, their mounts can cost almost as much as the optic.
Some people don't even include the most common screws, man. I'm not going to call anybody out.
Battery.
We got guys, and I guess we're blurring the lines here again, right? JSD Supply buying our Revelation Optics slides, right? I've had 2 in the last 2 weeks, so I guess 1 a week, but it seems like all of a sudden it's everybody. They're like, hey, I get this optic from this other place, and I only have this screw and this screw. I'm like, well, and it's a micro dot, right? Like our Judge. I'm like, well, didn't they give you the M3 by 12 millimeter by 0.5? Why don't you have that? Because that's what all the SIG 365s use. Yeah. Why would they not give you that screw?
Right.
Like, I don't know. Will you sell me one? So eventually I'm cobbling together a screw pack as well, man. You'd be surprised how many people come to us. And maybe it's because they Google, optic screws and we just pop up or emailing us saying, hey, I only got this screw and this screw. I need this one. Yeah, I think, what do we have in there? 3 or 4 sets with every one of our optics.
Yeah, so
we try to cover all the bases.
That's one thing I was impressed about is because a lot of times when you get an optic, they'll give you like 1 set of screws. And you guys, when you get the optic, and the optic is already on a Picatinny mount.
Yeah.
It's got the Picatinny mount already on it. And
I had to do that too, man.
Crazy. Like nobody does that. You know what I'm saying? And for the price point, you get these optics. It's coming with a Picatinny mount already with it. And then on top of that, you're getting what? 1, 2, 3, 4 sets of screws?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Plus the tools, all the tools to go with it. I mean, come on, man.
Yep. We had to, man. Look, when and I say we again, it's really Jordan, right? Before we got into this, we saw the optics market was kind of saturated, right? We saw where everybody else was. We saw what other people were bringing to the table, feature-wise. I don't even know if we updated the website yet, but we have been offering a 3-year warranty. If you already bought one, you're going to get the lifetime warranty too. So we're doing a lifetime warranty included as well. But we saw all these things, right? And again, it's just fresh in my mind now because people come asking us for screws all of a sudden. But we saw you're getting one set of screws, you're getting 2 screws, right? If you want an adapter in case you want to offset mount it or just use as your primary optic on a rifle or PCC, you got to go buy that separately. You got to go buy this separately.
Right.
And we are in the process. We've got 2 plates for the mediator right now. We eventually will have a bunch of plates, right, to mount different optics. But we said you got to be able to do, once you be able to do at least 2 things out of the box. Right. We have to include the pick rail adapter that everybody else wants $20 or $30 or $40 for once you buy it separate. We got to include all the screws for the 4 most common applications somebody's going to use this dot for. That was kind of our minimum, man. If we could do all that and be 7075 aluminum and multi-coated glass and be durable enough that we confidently offer that kind of warranty, then we'd get into it. And Jordan did all the math and circled up with all the suppliers, and he figured it all out and said we can do it.
He said
that's why we're here.
Mechanic of optics.
Yeah, I need to get me another Canic, man. Canic has really come a long way, man. I had a Canic, I don't remember how many years ago, but I had a Canic pistol, and I ended up selling it, right? At the time, it was like $250. Maybe that's how old I am. And it looked and felt like a little bit more refined High Point at the time. And man, I'm so, I don't have anything to do. I got no stake in Canic, but I'm really proud of where they've come, man, where they're at now.
I got into Canics in the Mete era. When the Metes first came out, that was my first Canic.
Yep.
I fell in love with that thing, man. I was like, man, Canic is the business.
That's my second one ever. Yeah, I went straight from that pot metal slide piece of junk that I had like 8-10 years ago. And all of a sudden, I don't remember if it was my first or second SHOT Show, man, but I walk up to the Canic booth expecting to see that thing that I owned 10 years ago. And man, just blown away, man. The Metes, the Rivals. We've got for our displays at trade shows, we got their Miami Days and Nights, right? All those special edition Cerakotes they're doing. And they really upped the game, man. I'm proud of them.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get y'all an Anubis from Or Armament, so y'all can throw that on your table at trade shows when y'all drop them LPVOs and stuff, and get that out there with y'all.
That's right, man. It's gonna be a busy year.
Now, how is it that y'all are able to offer all of the stuff that comes in this box with this optic and the quality that you actually provide and keep the price so affordable?
Well, we run a slim operation, man. I'll tell you that, right? Just a second ago, right? And maybe just up until we got on here. Do you think I was just working for Gideon Optics now that I didn't still work for JSD Supply and Patmos Arms?
So what I thought initially, like I've said before, when I got my Omega in the mail, I literally went out to the mailbox to pick out something else, and it was this package, and I'm like, "What the hell is this?" And I go in the house and I cut it open. I'm like, "Who in the hell is Gideon Optics? And why did they send this? I don't even know these people." So it took me a minute, and when I watched. I saw the video where you were destroying the Omega, and I was like, "That's Bob." I was like, "Okay, now it makes sense. It makes sense." So it started clicking. I was like, "Okay." So I was thinking maybe you left JSD Supply when all the stuff started happening and went over to Gideon, but in essence, it's actually a sister company.
Yeah, you're not the only one that thought that, man. Our best friend John Crump thought that for a minute too. I don't remember if he called me or he said it on a stream. He invited me on as Gideon Optics, and he was like, "Wait, so you're still with Jordan? You're still with JC Supply?" I was like, "Yeah, man. What did you think?" He's like, "I thought you quit. I thought something happened." I was like, "No, man, I'm still here." So that's one of the things, right? Cool. Yeah, whether it's me, whether it's Bailey, whether it's Jordan. Right. I was just over at the shop the other day, and I'm doing one thing, getting ready to send something to somebody or doing whatever. And here he comes walking back to the service department. Right. And there's stuff that needs tested. Right. And he's doing big things, and he's got a ton of stuff on his mind, but he just grabs them up. He's like, "Hey, these things need tested. I'm heading out to the range. I'm going to shoot these real quick." I'm like, "Do you want me to do that? You want somebody specific?" No, man. It just needs done, and we just do it. So I think that helps us kind of run as a thinner organization, right, which is a ton less overhead. If I don't have this person that's only doing this, right? Everybody's ready to do whatever needs done, man. Whether it's shipping, whether it's production, we all just kind of pitch in, right? My man Bailey and Mike and Jordan, we all, I'd say that's it. We're a thin organization, but we're effective, I guess, right? There's not Not somebody sitting around waiting for something to do. If there's stuff to need done, everybody's in. We
Right.
kind of all accomplish everything as a team. I'd say that's the biggest thing.
Now, a lot of people are going to ask the question: how much of these objects are made in the U.S.? You know it's going to come.
Oh no, they're only designed in the U.S., man. They are made in China by my best friend. I'm sure he's not watching, man. But the guy that runs the manufacturing facility that we work with in China is absolutely amazing. We met him twice. He was here twice before we even like fully committed, if that makes sense. Once or twice. But he's been here. We've taken him to shoot machine guns and stuff. He's absolutely fantastic. I thought the same thing years ago, right? I guess. Well, years and years and years ago, when there was just like Trijicon and EOTech, and nobody even heard of Holosun yet, really, or nobody trusted Holosun yet. I still kind of had that stigma until we started looking at where we could manage to make things at a cost that we could present them at the price point that we needed to enter the optics market. Still a little hesitant, man. And then I get emailed and emails and text messages from Jordan and from the guy that we're working with. I'm like, all right, he seems okay. He's super receptive, but I don't trust anybody. You know what I mean? I don't trust anybody just making promises, I guess.
Right.
He came here, man, and we've been working for him. Like I said, we've been producing and selling optics in 2023, but we've known him since last year. He is absolutely does everything we need to. If we say this little thing's this way or this little thing's that way, right? We want to change this or we want to put a different cut in the housing, even down to the handful of defects. We absolutely do have them. Everybody does, right? The handful of defects that we catch in QC are the couple that escape us. We say, hey, man, this is bad. I want you to go and make sure that we're doing this better. Not that, right, we sold 200 of these things and one of them was bad, but we bring it to him. We say, hey, this is something you need to watch out for. We don't want this happening at all. Certainly not any more than this. But yeah, he's in absolutely tremendous, man.
Did you think that you were going to have the success that you all are having this quickly?
Oh, no, man. But maybe I don't want to call myself a pessimist, but there's something in me. Some people would say, I used to think it was, or people would tell me, no, it's good. You're just prepared. Something in my mind always looks for what the failure point is going to be when we start doing anything, if that makes sense, right? So I don't know if that's being a pessimist or not. We say, hey, we're going to do this new thing. And everybody else is like, yay, we're going to do it. And Jordan's like, I know we can do it. And something deep inside of me goes, oh, I don't know. There's all these things that could go wrong, right? So I was cautiously optimistic, right? And maybe I'm the only one. I hope that's useful to them sometimes, right? But I say, oh, there could be this problem, this problem, this problem, this problem. So I'm watching for them, and maybe that's what I bring to the table, right? I'm waiting for that and analyzing a plan to fix anything that goes wrong. So I did not. Everybody else did. And Jordan, maybe that's what keeps him the man that he is and keeping us successful, right? Keeping all these businesses going and acquiring new ones. He was confident we were going to be successful.
I think what makes a business really successful is taking feedback from their customers. If there's something that's not working or something that could be improved, listen to your customers. Because if you don't listen to them, eventually they won't be customers anymore. At least not yours.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about, man. The screw pack I'm trying to cobble together, right? That we're going to have just where you can buy, and I know other people have it. We're going to try to give you more, have it a little less expensive, but one of these people that bought somebody else's optic was like, no, I didn't get that screw, and I can't find it anywhere. I don't know what the head's supposed to be. Well, I guess we should just offer that, right? Or if we're talking about the plates, the reticles on the upcoming LPVOs, we took actual customer feedback before we put it into there. The things we're looking at putting in the enclosed emitter optics that'll be coming in 2024 for pistols. All of that is customer feedback. I had an email the other day because he already bought a Gideon optic, but said, hey, do you have anything like this enclosed emitter option? I said, we're gonna, and here's what we're thinking about putting into it. So, hopefully we'll have that out next year. He was like, well, you know what? You should do this, this, and this. And I didn't delete it. I didn't say, oh, this is just one guy telling me stuff, right? I immediately put it in the group chat with the other guys. I said, hey, man, this guy just said this, this, and this. And I think that really is something we should look at. He's probably not the only one that wants that.
Right. And see, for me, like building rifles, people, when you tell people you have a rifle company, the first thing they say is, hey, I want this gun. I want it built like this, and this. And I'm like, nah, dude, that's not how this works, bro. No, that's not how this works. But sometimes, like, I listen to what people complain about when they would buy guns. And they were like, well, they could have gave me at least 2 mags, or they could have gave me at least a bag if I'm pay this much. You know, they could have did this or did that. So that's why I was like, okay, all right, we're gonna do 3 mags and a bag. How about that?
There you go. Yeah, so exactly right, man.
So it's just stuff like that, and for you to put everything in the box like you do, all the tools, all the screws, the extra mount for the Picatinny, you just save people a lot of money, and you still kept them under $300.
That's rare for man. Well, you're almost at 200 if you use code 357 fam. You're almost at 200. Yeah.
I mean that's a hell of a deal, man, and they run good. That Omega, I'm not gonna lie, that's like I love that optic. That big ass window with that little tight little dot, man, I love it.
We are bringing back the circle dot Omega too, man. That's back to customer feedback, right? We kind of decided that most people, right, and we started kind of flashing these around the beginning of this year at NRA and some other shows. Most people seem to want just a dot in that big window. I don't know why. I guess they said they were competition shooters and they didn't want the busyness of the circle with the dot, right? So we said, okay, the Omega will be the dot and these other two will be the circle dot. You know what? Now all of a sudden, I got a list of people who want a circle dot in an Omega. So we're making that too. That should be less than 4 weeks. Those are just about produced. But
and see me, I like the dots more than I do the circle dot. I like both, but I can see better with just a dot.
Yeah,
I got old eyes.
It depends on the application for me too, man. I want a dot for anything that's more than like 20 yards away from me. But for like a combat pistol distance or a USPSA, I like the circle dot just because it covers that whole brown thing at most of the distances that I'm shooting at a targeted array. It just covers the target. I don't have to think about it. I pull that circle up, and when all I see is a head, right? When that circle's full of brown, I just squeeze, and I'm probably going to be in the out.
And that makes sense, and that it makes complete sense. For me, it's like if I wanted to shoot groups, I can shoot a group better with a dot than I can.
Now I'm
on the streets. Then I can definitely understand. Like, oh, little right. Let me put you on this circle real quick. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah, man, I'm probably weird, but like I'm just I guess I get why people prefer one over the other, if that makes sense.
Hold on, I need to fix this real quick. Tennessee got us. I don't know where you got this 367 fam. That's not what this is.
Girl, you ain't gonna get no discount using the 367 fam. I need you to fix that.
Man, you ain't gonna get no discounts. You ain't winning no optics and nothing. You tripping.
Damn it, Ron Wayne. Yeah, do not look directly at the sun. I don't know why. They're going to be in. I've seen the proofs of the LPVO manuals too. We're starting to run those. I don't know why not everybody, but enough people during live streams. I think it was John Crumps actually the first time somebody asked if they were allowed to look directly at the sun through their optic. I was like, what the hell are you talking about?
Why would you do that? Why would you want to do that?
It's on like the second page of the instruction manual, maybe the first page. It's like the second paragraph is a warning. Do not stare directly at the sun. I don't know why. I have no idea why it's there, but it's hilarious. And who was that? Was that Ron Wayne bringing that up? Appreciate you, man.
She said, what you talking about? I'm talking about this right here. That's what I'm talking about, Tennessee Goddess. That right there. That 367 fam you typed in. But yeah, I don't know, man. I'm kind of funny. I'm just really getting into the optic thing. So I'm still kind of new to that whole optic thing, and I haven't got my groove. And, you know what I'm saying? I'm like Stella, trying to get my groove back with these optics. Optics that's a learning curve.
Yeah, thanks, Ron Wayne. I see you wrote no problem, Bob. Tennessee guys, did she fix hers? I don't really want to go on until she gets a 357 fam in the comments. Did she get it?
I should get it. Get that 357 fam in there, Tennessee got it. She got it.
What are we talking about? I'm trying to get back into it too, man. I tell you what, you might have heard this before. You might feel like this. The more I shoot with them, right, or shoot with different pistol optics, the more people I talk to, the more I realize. And when I got my first pistol optic years and years ago, I bought one, tried it a handful of times at the range, and said, nope, I can't be chasing this dot all the time. And that's what you hear from people that say they don't want to use them most of the time, is that they say they're chasing the dot or they can't keep it in the window. And what that is telling you, and I didn't realize it, right? Like I said, I bought it, went half a dozen times, said, nope, I ain't going to chase this stupid dot, and I sold it. Just got rid of it, and I got out of pistol optics. Now that I've got some more years, some more training, some more experience, I realize that dot disappearing on you is telling you that you really don't have a good, strong, solid shooting platform, if that makes sense. Not necessarily stiff, but if you're pulling up and you're chasing that dot or you're chasing it after every shot, you don't have that frame that's repeatable, right? That makes you a quick and accurate shooter.
So basically what you're saying is, if you don't see the dot when you pull up, your pull-up game is whack, son.
Well, if it's zero, yeah, man. I mean, I kind of am. And it took me some practice, especially with that big circle dot, to get that squared up, to not be chasing it around, man. And what I realized I was just getting old and out of practice. I need to put some more time in.
So I had an incident at the range. I used to work at this range here in town, and this young chick come in, and she had. It could have just been the gun. I'm gonna try it. I don't want to blame it on her, so I'm gonna say it was the gun. So she come in with a Scott. She had a red dot on it. She got a target at like 3 yards, and she's been out there shooting. She done shot like 30 rounds. And I'm walking by, and I'm coming back by, and I'm looking, and I'm like, because I'm out there RSO, and I'm like, now I know she done shot like 30 rounds. There should be at least one hole in that paper. So I go over there. I was like, is something wrong? She was like, I don't know. I can't hit the paper. I'm like, I said, let me see your gun. So I put the gun out. Hole right there. Bullseye. I'm like, okay. So it ain't the gun. So I give her the gun. My guy was like, fire a shot for me. So she shoots. Didn't even hit the paper. It's 3 yards away. She can almost lean over the table and touch it. And she still ain't hitting the paper. I'm like, what the hell is she hitting? And so I'm watching and trying to watch for some flinching or anything. And I can't see her doing anything. Like, I can't see any flinching or anything. I'm like, why is she? What is going on here? So she just got mad. She was like, I just suck. And she just packed it up and just left. I was like, damn, I wanted to help her, but I couldn't figure out what was going on. Like, I'd never seen that before. Like, you were 3 yards away. How was you miss the paper?
Oh, unreal. Hey, everybody starts somewhere.
He said, she needed a shirt that says it ain't the gun. Man,
one of them. What?
Go ahead.
No, I don't know what I was gonna say.
But no, I'm gonna start practicing more with dots. My current carry gun doesn't have a dot on it, but one of my other carry guns does have a dot on it.
Yeah, you don't. So. Hey, and everybody out there, don't jump into it if you can't. Don't jump into carrying one, especially, right? Do not EDC something that you're not confident you can hit a target with. If that makes sense. Don't just slap a dot on something and shove it in a holster and think you're going to save your own life, man. You got to make that decision to practice. Most of mine are just for fun. But if you decide you're going to carry, don't just stick a dot on it and say, I'm good with irons, it'll be fine, and just shove it in a holster and go on with your life. Make sure you're efficient with it.
You see, I got an intruder.
Yeah.
Got an intruder.
My wife wasn't in bed with the dogs. My little dog would be down here already. He'd be trying to get outside.
Hold it down for a second, Bob. I'm finna go kick her
out. You keep her. I don't mind animals.
No, I do. She's in heat, and she's driving me crazy.
Ooh, no. Take care of it. All right.
Hey, y'all ask Bob some hard questions.
Oh, yeah. I can read the comments. I don't think I can put them up on the screen, but I could talk. Tennessee Goddess, did you put 357 fam in yet? I'm going to assume you did. I scrolled up. I still didn't see your name by a 357 fan, which is your code at the Gideon Optics website, and how you get entered to win the rock. That what is it? 9:50 p.m. Pretty shortly. Big Dre 357 should be doing that giveaway. Red Dot Carry is a religion trains the gun alert guy. You are right. And I'm surprised that when I do, I shoot mostly optics now. There we go. Thank you, Tennessee Goddess. Sorry, I just want to make sure you got in. I'd feel terrible if you didn't. Yeah, practice, man. And you know what? I'm surprised, and you guys let me know if I'm wrong. I did not see, right? Because obviously we just started this optics. So every time I'm shooting an optic. I recently shot some irons again, and I thought I would have more trouble going back to something without an optic on it. But it didn't seem to, man. It's back to what I was saying a minute ago. I guess my frame, it's if your form is good or not, right? It's not whether you're using an optic or you're using them irons. If you pull that form up, if you get used to that dot's just in the middle when you pull it up because you're repeating that same motion, that same what do I want to call it, geometry of your body, that'll translate back to irons if you need to. Silverback Tactical and Defense. Yeah, I didn't even talk about this is obviously a construction zone, man. That's bare drywall behind me. I'm doing this all myself. I can't believe how much construction materials cost just to do like a little 13 by 12 room, but I'm putting like an office studio space here down in the basement. So I don't have to run to the shop every time and do something like this. Because sometimes I'm stuck at home looking for like a clean room where there's not junk pile or something. But there going to be like posters and a futon back here and some guns. Yeah, I'll get it going. How easy is it to change the battery? They put questions in, and I didn't get them. I figured you'd be gone longer, man. I didn't know what you're going to be doing with that cat.
The batteries
top loaded.
They're top loaded.
Yeah. All of the RMR platform are top loaded. The Mediator is a side load, right? That's the big mailbox style enclosed emitter optic. The Judge, the micro dot, is the only one that is bottom mounted still, and that's because we wanted to keep it skinny. We may go to a side mounted eventually, but it just adds size to it, man. At least for our first one, we wanted to be slender. We wanted to match the slide like a 365 or a Glock 43. Battery life, it's up to 40,000 hours. That is on the brightness 6 setting, and everything we make is motion activated on and off, right? So it turns off after 224 seconds, then turns back on as soon as you touch it.
I was trying to see if you can see the reticle, but
nah, probably not. It's tough to get it on any camera. Yeah, battery life's 40,000 hours at brightness 6, and I forget what 40,000 hours is. Something like 5 years or something like that. We still, as I think everybody does, recommend to change it once a year.
Once a year?
Yeah.
So where did y'all come up with this design? Because you use like a torque bit wrench and you screw off that whole cap. Where did y'all come up with
that? I don't know, man. I'm not the engineer. I knew that we did. I knew that we did want it to take the same T10 head that all the screws did, if that makes sense. Like we talk about doing that screw open aluminum. And that's a real easy way to also make sure that it's waterproof, right? So that screw in aluminum cap, as opposed to something that maybe is a side load with like a little plastic or an aluminum tray that takes a screw. That screw on cap has a rubber O-ring around the lid of it.
Right.
So you don't really have to torque that down too hard, right? Because it's a rubber O-ring. So you twist that down, and there's a real wide, what do I want to say, range of tightness, I guess. Right. So even if you don't get it as exactly as tight as you want it to be, that rubber will squish in there and keep it waterproof. My only requirement was that it matched the screw. So I only had to have one tool, right? In case I need to remove or tighten or do anything with any of my screws or any of my batteries. I just wanted to use the same tool for everything.
Right. Yeah, y'all did a great job with these optics, to be honest. I mean, you got the buttons in the perfect place. Like on the Rock, you added that rear sight, so that's a big thing. I noticed that right off the bat. That was probably the first thing I noticed was that rear sight. The Gideon, one thing I do like about the Gideon over the Rock is that window size.
Like, it's a lot taller. It's a lot taller. For some reason, my brain likes the rectangle window. I like rectangle and square windows. I don't know why. I find it easy to move around and keep shooting, I guess. But yeah, most of the guys at the shop prefer the Alpha, man. And I think it's that taller center. They like that larger window, a little bit thinner aluminum. There's not as much of a frame around it. I don't mind that thicker aluminum frame of the Rock, and I like the rectangle. But most people, you're in the majority there. Most people prefer the taller window and the thinner frame.
I gotta say, probably my favorite one right now is probably the Meg.
Yeah.
I really like that. I really like
it's
that.
the most popular. I'm completely out of green, and I'm down to like I think we got 40 or 50 reds left in the warehouse. That's it. And then there's going to be a little dry spell till the circle dots and the next run of dots come in probably about 4 or 5 weeks from now.
Yeah, because I think the reason that one is so popular, one, is because of the design of it. Two, that window is sexy. Like, you can see everything. It's like looking at a TV screen.
Yeah.
And three, it's not a heavy optic.
Yeah. It's extremely
but
light.
It's built really solid. So it feels good. It looks good. It works good. And that dot is really crisp. So, I mean, it's got a lot going for it. And I really like that. That's my favorite. And I put it on the Echelon, man. And it looks so sexy on the Echelon. It's like, man.
I haven't got the hand on Echelon yet, man. I'm kind of jealous. Do you like it?
I love it.
Do you like it?
I love it. I just got the I can't tell you. Boy,
all right,
I almost let it slip. I ain't gonna
don't tell us.
I'll tell you
What's up with this giveaway though? You giving something away?
But yeah, that Echelon, man, I like that Echelon. That thing's nice. It's nice. So are you gonna be doing anything to where like so I know there's one optic out there. They got 2 different sizes of it, but both sizes will fit bigger or smaller guns. Are y'all gonna do anything that'll be compatible like that?
Both sizes fit bigger or small. I don't know. You can go ahead and say whatever you're talking about, man. Who is it? What is it?
The House.
Maybe I say that again.
The House and EPS.
Yeah, well, I mean, you got to have the correct version for your gun, right? Actually, I think JST Supply sells like 4 different versions. They make another one. So we got an EPS that's for the M&P. We got an EPS that's for Glock Moss. We got an EPS that's for RMSC shield size.
That's the other one. The EPS is their closed emitter one.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah. We've got like 4 different versions, and you got to buy the right one for the right gun, as far as I know. Unless there's some other
I just bought 2 EPSs, and I put one on my Rock, my PSA Rock, and one on my Platypus. And both of them have slimmer slides. They actually should have the EPS carry on them, but the EPS and the EPS carry use the same mountain footprint.
Do they?
Fit. Yeah.
I don't know, man. I mean, we're gonna do something like that. I couldn't say there's going to be one for multiple mounts. Probably be 2 separate sizes, I would say.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know we're doing one like that, but again, I'm not the engineer. So maybe we are, and I just don't know yet.
Yeah. So that y'all use the come on, man, help me out. This is the
RMR. RMSC.
RMR. Yeah. I can't get it out. So that's a pretty standard mounting option. Are y'all gonna be making plates? Because some guns don't have, what I'm saying? Are y'all gonna make your own plates?
Yeah, we eventually want to have all the plates, man. Right now we've just got a couple done. To allow folks to mount the mediator, right? We've got a low mount for the mediator, and we have a mediator to Moss adapter. The next one will be for the mediator, right, which is an acro footprint to an RMR. Eventually, we want to have all of them. Yeah, eventually, we want to be able to get your RMR on your doctor footprint or whatever you got. Yeah, that's part of our roadmap as well, and that's not that hard. All the data is out there. It's just a matter of catching up with production, right, of our aluminum housings for our dots to get all the aluminum, get all the plates that we want, the adapter plates. So yeah, we'll eventually do that. I don't know that we're going to make a next question. Ooh, Howard J. No.
What do you say?
I'm gonna give you a hard no. Not that there's anything wrong with RMRCC, man. But last I looked, and we looked pretty hard. We couldn't find any other optic manufacturer making an RMR-CC footprint. Like literally, Trijicon made the RMR-CC footprint, right? Made the RMR-CC, and they're the only ones that make that footprint. So also make an RMR-CC, not RMSC. The 407K, the 507K, everything else is RMSC, man. Or maybe just Howard J's just smart because almost nobody knows about RMR-CC. Now, we will not be RMR-CC. We might eventually go back to the full-size ones. We may eventually do a doctor footprint. That's still only probably about 15 or 20% of the market.
Do they even make the doctors anymore?
I don't know, but the footprint is what? Shit. The DPP. Is that the same? No, that's Delta Point Pro. Who is it? The SIG M17 and M18 are Delta Point Pro footprint. Which
okay. So is that the doctor footprint, the Delta Point Pro?
I thought they were the same footprint. I might be wrong. Howard J's here. He'll tell me if I'm wrong in a minute. Yeah, but I'm pretty sure that's the.
He bought a dagger, PSA dagger with the doctor footprint, and he couldn't find any optics that didn't cost an arm and a leg, so he bought another dagger. So
yeah, they must have made a ton of those, man. I didn't order any on the clearance because I don't have any of those optics. But for a minute, all those doctor footprints were on sale pretty cheap. They did like a clearance of all the doctor footprint stuff. So they must have cut a ton of those. But the RMR footprint is something like 80 or 85% of the total market, right? Of the total optics market and the total slides, right? When we talk about either whether it's newly manufactured pistols or aftermarket slides. And the doctor footprint is like 15-ish% of the market. So there's definitely some out there. Is that cat back?
No, that's Cairo. That's my pit bull.
Right on. The SIG is certainly helping it become a little more popular. So we may eventually do that DPP doctor footprint optic because of the M17, M18, and all the SIG slides. Yeah, they're cutting most of theirs for that footprint.
So we got a lot of people that have slid in on us. Ramsey J, Gun Alert guys in here. Jova Q's in here. Who else? Howard J. Hillbilly up. I didn't get to holler at you earlier. Diego Rodriguez was up. We got a lot of people that slid in on us. If you're coming in late, make sure you type 357 FAM, all caps, no spaces, in the chat. That way you'll be entered for the contest.
That's what's happening. They said somebody put the word out there, man. Somebody put the word out there was a giveaway, so they figured they just slide in at the end here and get it. That's all right, man. Viewers is viewers. We appreciate y'all being here.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah. We've been doing pretty good tonight. I've been keeping an eye on the stream. And we're about to get ready to give away this optic here in just a second, because I know you gotta go.
Well, now Jova Q's here. Yeah, Jova, is that right? Am I saying that right?
Yeah, Jova
Q. Yeah, Jova Q. We can do it now.
Yeah.
He's here.
Let me see. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and bring this thing up.
I'm not from this planet. I know I'm subscribed to I'm not from this planet. I don't remember why. What did you just put out today? Appreciate him. After my live ended, I told him to slide through. Appreciate you, man.
Yeah, that's my guy Ivan, man. He need to get on his grind. You used to be doing these Gideon Optic videos and giveaways too, man. Yeah. I'm gonna get on him, Bob. I'm gonna get on it. Kenny loves guns. What's happening? What's happening? Yeah, I see it right here. We got 28 people that's entered and 29 people watching. So somebody's not in here. I have a feeling she disqualified herself because she's kind of close to the host. You actually got to meet Queen when we was at the gathering.
Did I?
Yeah, she was the one that was walking around with the camera recording me when I was
working. Right on, man. That was forever ago, dude. When you started talking about coming up there with Hank, I can see the whole event laid out in front of me, right? And like I can see you and I can see Hank, but until you said that, I was like, that's right. They came up at the same time. Like I saw you as separate people, and now you're like bringing back my memory, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. So who else? If you haven't, I'm gonna give you a good hot 15 seconds to type this 357 fam in the chat, just like it's on the screen right there. You got about 5 seconds left. All right, we're gonna make this thing shake. Got ready? Here we go. Why am I in there? I can't win. The gun alert guy, Mike, the gun alert guy.
Ooh.
Yeah. He's like, this object is going to Texas. Yeah.
That's a good place for
Still in here. Send me an email with your info, and we'll get that thing shipped out to you. He said, winner, chicken dinner. Yeah.
Congratulations, Mike.
Yeah, that's dope right there, man. I like giving away stuff to people, man. It's fun.
Same. The gun alert guys, that's somebody I need to be subscribed to too.
You know what? He's got the name of a YouTube channel, but he don't have a YouTube channel.
That sounds like something I should check out. Is it? No, he don't do no content. Never mind.
You should check out Fat Guy with Guns.
I think maybe I am sub to him. Hold on. Yeah, let me get my list down.
You actually met him. You met him at SHOT Show, I do believe.
That seems like forever ago. I'm glad we're going back, man. You know what? I thought I'd get tired of it. And like SHOT Show, I'm still enjoying it. I feel like every year my well, I guess I'm working a lot more now too, right? The first couple of years I didn't have to do so much work at a table, right? Working
right.
booth, but I think I'm more focused on what I want to see at SHOT Show, and I kind of just like Vegas, as weird as that sounds. I didn't expect to like it. I don't generally like big cities and flashy stuff, but I just like being there for some reason, man.
Yeah, everybody says that.
Yep.
Check out Ron Wayne too. He's another good channel.
Oh, I got Ron. I don't know if I see it. Maybe I got unsubbed from Ron. I feel like I used to see Ron all the time in my feed.
Ewing, he's another one. Silverback Tactical. That's another one.
I got Jason Ewing's phone number somewhere.
If y'all type hashtag 357 fam in the chat, it'll drop the link to your channels. Or Carmen can drop the links, or Shauna, whichever one of y'all wants to do it. That way people can go subscribe if you got a channel. So if you got a channel, drop your link so everybody can go check you out. Bob can check you out. Hillbilly Up, he's definitely got a channel. Dope channel. I think Ramsey J started a channel not too long ago too. So anybody's got a channel, drop your link. That way people can go subscribe to you.
Yeah, that's important too, man. Every now and then I entertain trying to do some kind of podcast or show. Maybe we will eventually on the Gideon Optics channel. But I think John Crump used to do that more than anybody I saw, man. At the end of every show, he and then Flying Rich, and then sometimes a guest too would recommend one channel, one smaller channel, right, or a friend of theirs that tell everybody to check them out, right? They just shout out somebody's channel, and I thought that was always really cool. We need to get back to that, man. We need to help each other, right? We're all in this together,
right? And see, I started that. I have this thing called Nightbot, and looks like he's not working. There you go. So you see the Nightbot right there. So when you type in that hashtag 357 fam, he just dropped your link.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah. So, and I do that, man, because I know what it's like. You know what I'm saying? And I want people to be able to get their channels out there and get their subs up too. You know what I'm saying? I want everybody to get the love. You know what I'm saying?
That's awesome, man. Yeah. So we got to do, man. We got to help each other.
And it helps guys like you out too, because that's, if their channels are moving the way that you like, that could be somebody you can network with in the future.
Yep. That's awesome, man. Thank you, Trey.
But yeah, I like, SHOT Show, I'll be there. So I'm sure you'll be there. I'm going to have to come see you. I will be at the gathering. Definitely got to go there. Of course, I'm going to be at a regular meetup. Hope to see you there.
Me too, man. I'm still planning. We're still getting spring planned. I got to remember when the gathering is, but
the gathering is usually around what,
March or April. Yeah,
it's like the middle of March or something like that. Yeah. So waiting on that. See, I almost did it again. I gotta talk to you offline because I got something else we got cooking too. So.
Cool.
Yeah, I almost did it again. But yeah, I know Bob's got to get out of here, y'all. So if you got anything else you want to say to him, you want to drop some links out here, you want to shout out some Instagrams.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Blessings to Kurt24, as always. And make sure you use 357 fam at Gideon Optics. Shop, man. Save yourself something. And
Tactical Turkeys, that's another one you need to check out. They 6-figure subs.
Tactical Turkeys.
Yeah.
Showed up at the last second. Yeah, I know Tactical Turkeys.
Yeah.
I seen them.
Yogi Syrup. Yeah, they good people, man. They good people.
Yeah, they are.
But yeah, I definitely will be getting in touch with you. I want you to come out to something that we got brewing.
All right, man. Let me know. Let me up.
Yeah, sure. And I appreciate you coming through, man, because I've been trying to get you on for a while when it was JSD Supply.
I know. Well, there was a minute there where nobody was doing any media, man. There was some shit going on right about the time I decided I was a little bit comfortable doing this kind of stuff. Or shortly after that, I was like, no, we're not going to be going on anywhere. We don't want to be talking about nothing.
I got a PSA dagger build. That trigger is that a Gen 3 trigger, or is it for Gen 5 guns?
It's like a Gen 4, man. I would say it's a Gen 3, right? Because the rest of the PSA dagger is based on the Gen 3, but their trigger bar has the bump on the outside of it. But a lot of people are putting, if you're going to swap it, put a Gen 3 in it. It'll run better. If you're going to replace that trigger, I
was going to say about putting the AUS trigger in there.
Oh, yeah, you can do that, man. Yeah, ours is Gen 3. Yeah, you can put that in a dagger. You can put that in a dagger. You want to get wild? Yeah.
Yeah, because I got a dagger with and it's got that Radiant Ramjet on it.
Do you like that?
I love it.
I need to try one of those, man. I just like the way they look, and I haven't seen anybody seen anything ill about them, man.
Oh yeah, that thing is awesome, man. You can definitely notice that there's about a 40% drop in recoil as soon as you pull the trigger. Yeah, that thing is nice.
All right, Silverback. I'll get some stuff on the wall before I come back on here. Me and my son got to finish the drywall this weekend. I'll get to mudding and stuff next week. I'll get that wall full up for you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's gonna be on you about that wall. Get that wall.
Thanks, guys.
Hey man, no problem, man. Like I said, I appreciate you coming out. Go check him out on YouTube. Gideon Optics. You'll see Bob out there tearing up optics and stuff. Go check him out on Instagram, man. Show him some love. And man, whenever you want to come through, you're more than welcome, man. If you just want to hang out, you're more than welcome anytime, man.
Thanks, I will. I'll be back. I'll be reaching out to some of you other guys too, man, or hit me up. I love all these new channels out here, man. Cool.
All right, brother.
See you.
All right, man. Be good. Anybody else? You got any questions out there? Hope y'all enjoyed the show. Bob here, cool guy. Cool guy. That is my man right there. Super cool dude. So if y'all remember the non-SIG P320, that's the guy right there. Yeah, man. Mike, gun alert guy. You need to hit me up, dog, so I can get this optic sent out to you. Appreciate you, Shanna. Ivan, appreciate the love. My man, you need to come through. Holler at your boy. You ain't been on here in a while. You need to come through and holler at your boy. I was in my man's live earlier, and y'all need to go mess with my guy. Where you at? I'm trying to find your thing. I thought I saw your link out here. I'm trying to see if I can find your link out here. Could have swore I saw it. Carbon Q. Drop bangers link. 2-way bangers and bullets. That's my guy. Y'all drop his link. I'm gonna turn Bob on to him too. Yeah, drop his link. Hope y'all being safe out there. We got this dude running around shooting people up in Maine. Prayers and shout outs to those families that have losses or had serious injuries or whatever the case may be. Hope they catch this cat and have their way with him. Put him on some Son of Anarchy type stuff or something. Can't have you out here just hurting people for no reason. Stuff's not cool, man. But I hope all y'all have a good night tonight. Hope y'all have a good weekend. We're going to catch y'all on the next one. I'm going to go in here and take me some medicine and chill with my queen. Be blessed. Stay dangerous. Deuces.